So if I had to suggest one or two things that I'd say to people to do before and after a practice.
Before, during, and after.
Before, during, and after a practice. Then on a physical level, I can give one answer. On a more philosophical level, I can give another answer. So on the physical level, I'd say before, during, and after your practice, start by lengthening your body and relaxing. And I can do that either standing or sitting. I lengthen, moving all my joints as far apart as possible, but I keep them relaxed. So no tension comes. So I might widen my body, but then I check. My fingers are getting longer, but they can still move. My shoulders are getting wider, but they can still move. My spine gets longer, but I check my neck can move. My face gets more spread, but I can still move my cheeks, my jaw, my lips. My trunk gets longer, but I can still breathe into my tummy. And I check this before I start. I check it after I finish. And then during each posture, while I practice, I always check, can my fingers move? Can my neck move? Can my tummy breathe? And if I'm teaching this to people, I'll make my finger movements, my neck movements a little bit more gross so they can see it. But if it's my own practice, it's almost invisible. Fingers, neck, lips, tummy. And so to anyone watching me, I'll look like I'm completely still in a posture. But inside me, the energy is flowing and my sense of length and relaxation is always there, even if I'm balancing on one hand. Even if I'm doing Viparita Chakras and doing 108 backflips in a row in 5 minutes, which I don't do very often anymore. That's what I'd say on a physical level, the most important thing. Lengthen and relax, because it's lengthening and relaxation that allows energy to flow. Whereas tension and compression will actually stop energy. They are useful things now and then, but you need to be more advanced because you can't do it for too long and you have to know exactly how to release it. You can push energy that way, but you can't pull it. The way I'm saying, lengthen and relax, draws energy to you. Like if I lengthen and relax between my fingers, there's a suction. And that suction, if I create that between two vertebrae, will pull blood into my vertebral spaces. It will pull blood into my brain. And the length and relaxation then frees your joints to move freely. And that allows for flexibility and strength. It's like Bruce Lee. He used to say, be like water. As soon as you're hard, you can't fight anyone. If you're like water, they hit you, you just flow away, like this. And I love Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga. But many of the practitioners I know are too tense. It's a bit too much Hatha Yoga. But real Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga, Sharat is a beautiful practitioner, Patabi Joyce's grandson. He's soft. And I remember seeing when he first came to Australia about 20 years ago with Guruji instructing him on stage and 1,000 people watching him. And he was like, you know, ekam, dve, he gets all soft and floppy, his knees bend, trini and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, wow, beautiful. He sticks both legs behind his head, Gandha Berundasan, feet to the head, scorpion. And afterwards I went next door with a whole group of people of my students and other groups of people from other yoga schools, and I'm overhearing the conversations. And the conversations of some of the sort of more alignment-orientated groups were like, oh, but did you see his legs in Uttanasana? He wasn't aligned, he wasn't this, and there was just too much rigidity and tension, and they didn't see the beauty of his flow and softness. And that's often missing in many people practicing any types of vinyasa today. It has to be soft while being strong. Like Bruce Lee, be like water. Lengthen and relax. Before, during, and after. That's the first stage. Okay? Then if I had to talk on a more philosophical level, something which you can apply in your daily life, then I really respect, honor the basic form of yama and niyama. The first two stages of yoga simply. So I look for yama. And I think ahimsa. Translation, non-violence, doesn't work for me. If I say to someone, don't think of pink elephants, don't think of pink elephants, the first thing you think of is pink bloody elephants. So you say non-violence, non-violence, oh, it's violent. So you say opposite of violence means gentle. Be gentle in practice and in your life. Almost peaceful as well. Then I think satya, truthful. Well, frankly, today you look horrible. frankly, honestly, what you're wearing is terrible. It doesn't work. It's not very nice. So it's not honesty you want. It's the same as maybe like an honest business. You know, when you have an honest business, you give a service, someone pays you for it. It's balanced. So I think of it more like balanced. Be balanced in what you do. And then I think asteya. Asteya, they translate non-stealing. No, don't take. What is it then? You give instead. So you give service. You give to yourself first in your practice, you give to everyone else afterwards. It's service, it's seva, you know? And then I think brahmacharya, don't have sex. My tantric lama, when I was 17, I had a tantric teacher, a Tibetan lama. And he was great. He said to me, why celibate when you can give it away for free? That made sense to me. I mean, not serious, but the thing is, Patabi Joyce also said that sex is okay. If you're going to have children, you've got to have sex. But for communion with a partner, also intimacy is important. It's inappropriate sexual activity that's a problem. But what should you do? You should commune with someone, nourish a relationship. Nourish a relationship with your partner, with the people who you have as your friends. Nourish relationships with your children, the ones you've procreated through sexual activity, and nourish their lives. And so I think of brahmacharya as being not something you don't do, but something you do, and that's a nourishment thing. And then I think a parigraha, don't be attached. Well, what's the opposite of being attached? Is to be free. It's for freedom. It's for liberation. So when I look at yoga, before my practice, after my practice, during my practice, I think yama. And yama in the expression, yoga in the expression of yama is approach yoga, physical practice, life, the way you treat yourself and other people in a peaceful, gentle, balanced way of giving nourishment and freedom. Gently, gentle, balanced giving of nourishment and freedom. And you do that to yourself and the people around you before you practice. You do it to yourself during your practice, and then take that to the rest of the world after your practice, hopefully in a better way because you've taught it to yourself first. And then when you work with niyama, you apply the same principles. My teacher said, the only things you have to do to get yoga are unblock the blockages, make the energy move, sit back and enjoy the natural state of paradise we have inside ourselves, like babies have. 3 things: unblock the blockages, make the energy move, and just sit back and enjoy the paradise within. He said 3 is easy if you can do 1 and 2. So what are the blockages that make us unyogic? 1 is over-tensing, 2, overstretching, 3, over-breathing, 4, overthinking like 1,000 monkeys in the head, and 5 is overeating. The only proven diet is the eat less and you live longer diet. So if you tense less, stretch less, breathe less, think less, eat less, but do more, exercise better, run fast with your heart beating slower while panting less. Get stronger without feeling tense. Get more flexible without painful stretching. Find a way of doing that, and there is ways with natural mudra and yoga. Then this does saucha. Saucha is unblock the blockages. Saucha is cleanliness, but it's not just cleanliness. Who cares if you have an outside clean clothes or clean skin? The inside is more important. Then there's santosha. Santosha is not just contentment, it's choose your mood, choose your attitude. Most of the time it's better to choose happiness, but you can choose misery if you like when someone dies, but you know it's your choice, and how long you retain that, that's up to you. But generally, know that happiness is a choice that's always yours, not something that comes to you. That's a life lesson which is the probably best thing anyone can learn from yoga. Then there's tapas. Tapas is not just arjo. Iyengar said it best. He said it was passion. He said it was passion, and someone else said it was passionately irritating yourself. You know, in a way where you just do your damn best with passion, with fervor. It's like, well, the next one, I'll give you the next one first. Svadhyaya. Svadhyaya is like self-study, but it's study of self. But it's like, it's the quest that you make within yourself. And that's something which is very special, the quest for self-knowledge. And the last one is Ishvara Pranidhan, which often comes across as being a religion.
There it is.
It's beautiful, it's beautiful. But it's not
brother.
religious. It is that devotional aspect for your practice. And devotion, another way of saying it, is love. Like the devotion of a mother to a child, it's love. So for me, when I approach my yoga, during my practice, before my practice, after my practice, what I try and take to the world and wake up with in the morning is yoga in terms of niyama, is the passionate quest to remove the obstacles of happiness and loving connection. This is what I look for before, during, and after.